trip to Seattle during I-Week was an incredible and extremely complete experience, seeing as we were able to witness cultural, industrial, professional, political, and philanthropic aspects of the city. Our first visit was to the Mexican consulate, where we met with Dr. Roberto Dondich, who is a consul and has done amazing things, such as work in the United Nations Security Council with Mexico, as well as being the chief negotiator in the climate change agreement in Paris. We also met with Silvia Cabrera, who is the joint consul and has also worked with Mexico in the United Nations. I never really imagined how a consulate worked and what they did besides issuing passports and other documents. I learned that they do many things to help the Mexican community in the area, such as offering medical and dental services, as well as visiting Mexicans in prisons and detention centers for illegal immigrants that are going through a legal process. I found that especially inspiring, for them to spend time with people who have probably lost all hope and convince them that they actually have a future, as well as help them contact their families, is truly amazing. We also learned from them that Mexico is a country which produces the most engineers per capita, and that they are known as being good quality engineers. This made me realize that though there may be a lot of competition in engineering areas in Mexico, in other countries there is a lot of demand which we can help them meet. The next visit that we made was to the beautiful campus of the University of Washington, where we met with a few teachers who are in charge of 2 master's degree programs involving engineering. These are very interesting programs, and one is full-time, while the other requires work experience and is part-time. What I liked about them is how you can choose many of the classes you take and make your own path according to what you want. I was even more interested by the PhD degree and the projects that they have done, such as the one they did with Toyota regarding the reaction time for pressing the brakes in a car, as well as the hospital patient flow one. It would be amazing to be a part of a project with that kind of impact. I also had the chance to go to a football game that the university had, which was a great experience since I was able to appreciate the unity and school spirit that the students displayed. Boeing was the company I was impressed with the most. Their industrial building has the most floor area in the world with 398,000 square meters. It was amazing to see an assembly line that big and with so many components, especially for an industrial engineer. One business practice that I believe could be implemented in Mexico is the lean production project that they had with Toyota that reduced the cycle time of one of their airplanes from 26 to 17 days. Another is the constant improvement of the airplane models or adaptation to their clients' needs. For airplanes, it is a lot to launch a new plane each year, and they have one program for 2017 and another for 2018. In order to implement these practices in Mexico, an openness to look for and accept help from external professionals would be needed, as well as a willingness to take risks by investing in new products. Regarding the culture of the company, I noticed that they aim for perfection and constant improvement. They also have a huge commitment and love for the company. We visited the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which for me was a very comforting experience. It restores faith in humanity to see that such rich and powerful people are doing so much good and putting a good example. What I didn't know about the foundation was that they crowdsource and then fund ideas, mostly for handy and inexpensive products that can be easily implemented in vulnerable regions. They had many cool products on display, such as an ice-cooled vaccine storage unit, an incubator that costs only $200, and one of their biggest successes has been the eradication of polio, with India now being off the World Health Organization's list. I loved their culture of not only helping, but also motivating others to help as well. We also got to visit ProMexico, where we met with Fernando Paz. From him we learned that the 3 main goals of ProMexico are to attract foreign investment in Mexico, to help Mexicans export goods and services, and to help Mexican companies to internationalize. Mainly what Fernando does is to start relationships with companies in the area and inform them of what Mexico has to offer. On our visit to Microsoft, we had 2 speakers, both of which were once students of the tech. I enjoyed learning a bit of how the cloud works, and that in reality the information is stored in huge servers that the company has in different places. One business practice that I noticed is the diversification of products and services. Microsoft has many different products and customers, which helps reduce their risk because if one industry isn't doing well, they have many others. Another is the employee satisfaction. By keeping their employees happy, they perform better in the company. This could be implemented in Mexico if companies realize its importance and started treating employees more like business partners. Some aspects of their culture that I really liked is the flexibility of working hours and the opportunity that employees have to change between areas and learn different things. Our last visit was to Amazon. We were given a tour where we passed by many of the Amazon buildings. We learned about Amazon's huge growth from 80,000 to 250,000 employees in 2 years. We also got to know a bit about the operations manager position and the business analyst, which are the positions the most suited for industrial engineers. A business practice that I think should be applied in Mexico is the comfort of employees. They have everything their employees might need, even a supermarket. They allow them to take their dogs to work. This can help have better results since employees work better when they are comfortable. I also like their motto, it's always day one at Amazon. Every company should practice that and let go of the things that are in the past in order to do their best with the current situation. What I really liked about their culture is that they give back. They help the environment by having sustainable windows that help save energy and by using runoff water to water plants. I also thought it was good that they have a life-work balance, which is why the CEO wanted the buildings to all be in an urban area. All in all, the trip to Seattle was an experience which I enjoyed thoroughly and from which I learned a lot. I would love to repeat it next year in a different city.